Howdy friends, Brian Flechsig, Amadou Outfitters in the Midwest Fly Fishing Schools, and I'm coming at you from central Pennsylvania, where I've been trout fishing with our dear friends the Flaglers. Y'all know Tim Flagler from Orvis Fly Tying and Tight Line Video. But anyways, I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the fly floatants that I carry with me and why I carry so many different types of fly floatants. Talk a little bit about this, our #1 selling brand of floatant at the shop, and that is High and Dry, HND, you can see right there on the bottle. And the High and Dry products, it's a group of scientists that got together to develop this stuff, and in fact their slogan is "Where Science and Performance Meet." But the cool thing, not only do their fly floatants absolutely flat out work, but they're also all environmentally friendly, and that's becoming more and more important to all of us. But then a couple of other products which you might not have heard about or might not know about, so I thought I'd mention that. The High and Dry products, there's 5 products that I carry with me in my vest. Yes, I know, it seems extravagant, but each one has a purpose. The first and foremost, the High and Dry gel floatant, that's kind of your go-to, the standard staple, just your gink type fly floatant. But this stuff is temperature stable, and so it can be used in a variety of different temperature conditions. You've all had this happen. You've had gel floating and you're out in the summertime 90-degree heat and it turns to liquid. This stuff doesn't do that. So what you do is just give the bottle a good shake, squirt it on there. It's going to remain the same viscosity, no matter what the temperature. I find myself using, actually more so than the gel, I use the liquid floatant a lot. And the liquid also non-toxic, not flammable, and also there's been some of these liquid floatants that you're dipping your fingers, you get it on your fingers, and the tips of your fingers go numb. That doesn't happen with this stuff. And this stuff, I heard Johnny McClure out in Montana say that this High and Dry liquid revolutionized especially foam hoppers. So literally all you do is you just dip your fly, grab your hemostats, dip it down into the liquid, pull it out, maybe give it a pluck on the fly banjo, and your fly is going to float. And it's really makes a big difference, and that is truly the best liquid floatant that I have found. I also carry with me the desiccant, the powder, the High and Dry powder, and once your fly is waterlogged, I alternate a lot between the liquid and the powder. And once your fly is waterlogged, you put it in here, shake it up, and it sucks the water out of it. It's basically crushed silica gel, a desiccant. But these two are the ones that I use most often. Start with this. When it's waterlogged, go to this. But then y'all have seen me use this stuff. This is the powdered floatant, and I believe the right word for this is ionized. I mean, this stuff will just float in the air. And I use this stuff, believe it or not, I rarely use it on dry flies, although that brush can be good to kind of dig in on certain types of flies. But I use this on soft tackled flies. You all have seen me use soft tackles ad nauseum. I use them every time I trout fish. I caught fish on them today. And I coat the soft tackle with this powder, and it puts this sheen and kind of these air bubbles all along the fly. You have to do it a lot, more so than maybe some people would want to do, but every 4 or 5 drifts, I'm bringing it up and I'm recoating the soft tackle. But this has just been a deadly weapon with that rig. And then most recently, they came out with this paste fly floatant, and it's basically the gel, but a lot thicker. And the paste is great for, it's been great for big bass bugs, hair bugs. In fact, this is the best floatant there is for hair bugs, even poppers, so larger stuff. But I also use this to grease my leaders. you know, even on a nymph rig, I like to have the tip of my fly line and the butt section of my leader. If they start sinking, it can mess up your drift. It can pull the indicator down. So I use this to grease my leaders. The thing that's really important when you're fishing poly leaders and furled leaders is make sure you've got some sort of paste fly floatant. Because you do occasionally, this is the high and dry paste. It's a great fly floatant for, say, bass bugs, even poppers. And I'll periodically coat the end of my fly line so that it floats better. And then I'll periodically coat the butt section of that leader, which is what a poly leader is. And I'll just run right down the length of it. And I will not, of course, do the tippet. In fact, there's a compound you can put on your tippet called Snake River Mud from Loon. I don't have any in my vest right now. It's back at the cabin, of course. And you can use Snake River Mud on your tippet, and it helps to sink the tippet a little bit so you don't get that meniscus on the surface. And it's not gonna sink it enough to sink a foam dry fly. And then I also use a lot of these furled leaders. And when I buy a furled leader, before I attach it to my fly line, I will soak that. I'll just literally put it in this bottle of the liquid fly floatant and then let it dry overnight. Then I'll tie it onto my fly line. Of course, it does have a loop. If you prefer loops, that's okay. And then when you're on the water, the paste works really well on these for helping to keep them afloat. So I pre-treat them with the liquid, let it dry overnight, take it out to fish it, and then on the water, you can use this paste fly floating to help keep it afloat as well. And also prevents it from spraying water, which can potentially spook fish. So another couple things, this is an Amadou fly patch, and this is nothing new. It's been around for years and years and years, but I show this to people in schools and classes, and they've never seen it before, and that's fine. But Amadou is a bark. It's a tree bark. And I believe it is potentially the most absorbent, if not one of the most absorbent materials known to man. And it's literally just a bark. And so when your fly is waterlogged, you can just kind of squeeze that fly and this bark just sucks the water right out. But kind of this similar concept and fairly new to the market is the fly banjo. And the fly banjo is this little guy right here. So let's head out to the water and I'll show you how the fly banjo works. The fly banjo. And there it is. Looks kind of silly, but man, it really works. All you do is just loop your hook around it, hold your tippet tight, and give it a couple plucks. Good vibes technology goes into every fly banjo, and man, you don't have to use any shakes or powders or liquids, and all you do is pluck it, and the water comes right out of that fly, and it's going to turn around and float like a cork. So there you have it, friends. The high and dry fly floatants, line of fly floatants. I truly think they are the best on the market. The guys out at the Slide Inn, Kelly and Johnny, turned us onto these, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago now they've been around. But they're a great group of folks, very small company. They just make these fly floatants. And again, you've got the gel, you've got the liquid, which is what I use probably most often in conjunction with the shake. I use this on soft tackles. This is mostly for butt sections of leaders. And also you can coat an indicator with this to help keep it float. And then something a little different, the Amadou fly dryer, and then the new fly banjo, which are available in 2 packs, by the way. All, of course, at MadRiverOutfitters.com. So I think we've done this before, but I just wanted to run through. So there you have it, friends. Fly Floatants 101. Special thanks to the folks at High and Dry. Really exceptional products, and we're happy to sell them at Mad River Outfitters. So as always, you can check all of this stuff out at MadRiverOutfitters.com. We appreciate your support. In fact, we depend on your support. We are a retail store, and we need you to buy stuff. So anyhow, hop on over to madriveroutfitters.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the like button that makes us feel good, register for our monthly newsletter, and stay tuned. We've got a lot more fly fishing content coming your way. Thanks for being here.